Welcome to the Bandit Hour, sponsored by Juiced Energy. We love our juiced here. Uh, we are just going to have a chill chat tonight about the Pokemon Unite series, plus the Bandits Cup. That was a blast. And we'll talk about PUBG, COD, RL, and Halo. Um, if we can fit it all in, hopefully.
That'd
My
be
name
great.
is Mark Snow, aka Snowy844. My co-host is Jai King, Bot,
Hello.
and joining us tonight is the Pokemon Unite Bandits Cup champion. Oh, sorry, Beagle. Not it's OM Beagle. I was trying to get that out, but it's Beagle. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. That's fine.
Welcome.
So I think we go because this happened first. Maybe we go over the May Cup because you guys popped off in the May Cup.
Mate.
Did you mean the AS Cup?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
I think I wrote it down as makeup, but
yeah. But yeah, the AOS Cup, you guys, everyone was just going on about how you guys come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of confusion just because it was in May. It was at
Yeah.
the start of May when it was supposed to be in April, I think.
Yep. It was meant to be the end of April, was it? But it turned out the start of May.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yep.
so
Yeah, I don't know if we came out of nowhere, but yeah.
I think I think the teams knew of you, but the general kind of fans may have not. And the casters were trying to make it like, whoa, where did these guys come from, sort of thing. But
Yeah, I think we only competed. I guess my team only competed in the March Cup before that. Prior to the AS Cup, and we went into the AS Cup just sort of off the radar, I guess. Like we were aiming for top four. I'm gonna say that basically because in the March Cup we finished top six. Like we finished one game away from top four. So we had a sort of clear goal to try and get into the top four and auto qualify for the May tournament, basically.
you guys felt like, oh, we could actually do this.
Yeah, I mean, we performed pretty strongly. I think in March we just fell a little bit short in a couple of key moments, but we didn't think that we were too far behind the rest of the top four. GZ, Bandits, they're all strong teams, but we didn't think we were really that far behind them in terms of like our gameplay.
Yep. Scroll down to the results there, bot.
wait, the bracket or the
Yeah, the bracket.
yeah, there you go. I mean there was big upsets from you guys actually. One being iClan, being they are number one.
Yes, actually, I remember seeing that result and going, "Oh, like that's where I first heard your name is when I saw the you beat iClan," and I was like, "Oh, iClan in the lower bracket already."
Yeah, it was big. I will say.
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
I was just gonna say I think so in the March Cup we played iClan as well, and we lost to them 0-2 in the tournament in the March tournament, but we identified basically prior to that iClan was like one of the strongest teams in
Yeah.
in the region. Honestly, between iClan and GZ, like those were the sort of two top teams that we wanted to beat. Basically, if we don't beat them, we can't win. Obviously, like that's just how the road goes. And we unluckily in the qualifiers for the AOS Cup, our seeding wasn't that great, and you can see if you scroll up in the group stage, like we actually had a really tough group, comparatively, I guess, between the other groups. Like our group was the toughest, and we were 8 seed, and we got put in round 1 versus iClan. We
That's
we
in
didn't think.
the March finals, by the way, but not the AOS.
Oh, March?
Yeah.
This
We're
is AOS
competing-
Cup that you're looking at the moment on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
But yeah, we got put against iClan round 1 in the AOS Cup here, and our mindset going into it was, okay, look, whatever happens here, like we'll just play our best, and that's what we did, and then we ended up with a victory. So That's all I have to say about that, I think.
But it was it's like you got that run all the way back to have another shot at ground zero. But they are a strong team. They just seem to be a step ahead of everyone by the looks of it. Like everyone, I know you guys, iClan, Bandits, Collateral, you can all take a game or win a series, but it seems like they're just that next level, like that one step ahead in consistency.
Yeah, I think for this particular tournament, we didn't know how everybody was going to play because, in the March tournament, iClan came out and stomped everybody. They didn't lose a single game.
Yeah.
And so we thought going into the tournament, okay, look, iClan's going to come out and do the same thing.
But wasn't there an update just like a week before?
Yes, there was a new patch.
Yeah.
A week before the tournament, and then there was another patch the day before the tournament. So
I didn't realize there was one the day before.
Yeah, but the previous week patch definitely changed the meta. With there was buddy barrier nerfs, score shield nerfs.
See, I got the feeling while watching some of it and looking at results, I could be wrong, but I got the feeling that like iClan was affected, like their playstyle was affected by that update.
I think the team they ran in this tournament was definitely affected. They run a very controlling sort of team. They run like Duraludon, Ninetales, that kind of stuff where they play in the Zapdos pit and like to control it. And that works really well when you can stack your buddy barriers, stack your shields, stack all your defenses and then completely just zone the enemy team out or just keep them at bay or kill them, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think in the games we had with them, they're still a very dominant team. It just like the end game, there's no more insane buddy barrier stacking. So the end games are all about positioning.
Yeah, so it seems like they probably did practice for it, but I think just the habit of doing that is just a hard thing to do in the pressure moments in an actual tournament. Like you can scrim and be like, do this, and then but when it comes to a tournament and you're like, everything's on the line and you've got to remember to, oh, we can't do so much of this anymore. It's just a hard thing to just, like a week, it's hard. 1 week is hard to get that out of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough one. I think no other team played the exact same way they did. I think their playstyle was definitely affected the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have another question. Have you thought, like, has any orgs come into, like, to you guys after the cup?
Interesting question.
I mean, I want the, I want to get to the source,
The sauce. I don't know how much I can say, but there were a few that did approach me. I think I've sort of been in the. I mean, first of all, the scene is very new, so I mean, it's not surprising that people want to get in on it. Considering the bandits themselves are in. You have GZ.
Yeah.
And now you have, I think, Collateral and 16-20 Kings.
Yeah, 16-20 Kings will go to team bounce. So.
Yeah, team bounce. So there's a lot of.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential. Yeah, I agree. My take on it currently is, for me personally, it's more about enjoying the game as it is while I can, without, I guess, having that sort of obligation to, play every day. Play my best, every day, because some days I have off days, and
that's completely understandable.
So Bandits runs a little different to some, where our team, it's kind of like we just want them to have fun. They feel they can do really good, so they do get the scrimming and all that, like, but we don't actually set any, you have to scrim this amount of times a week, you have to do this many times a week. Like, we noticed just the love from your community from them, like going through them sort of thing, like following them, fans of them, or fans of what we're doing for them. So we're just kind of like, do your thing, we're happy. Like, yeah. And I feel like you could potentially find another org within the region like that, but I get your reasoning where you just want to, while it's new, while it's fresh, you want to get that fun and then just go from there.
Yeah, I think so. I've played sort of competitive games before, and I'm someone that when it comes to it, I will like put forth 100% my effort to try and make something happen. And
Yeah.
if I'm signing a deal or something, I'm gonna put 100% of my effort into trying to win as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I think you also have to consider, or I also have to consider, like daily life and like how it'll affect me if I was to put a lot of my time into this game, because I mean we know it's not like a career kind of game yet at the moment. It's very early.
I see it being that though.
It definitely has a lot of potential.
Because to me, it's like the watered down version of LoL and Dota, and it's Pokemon, and everyone loves Pokemon, and the fact that it's that kind of strategy thinking, but it's not so as in depth as them, is what can get people in. I think my view on it, what I said to Bot was, LoL is probably like your PUBG, that more technical, more everything. Then your like Apex is kind of like your, I know they're different genres, but Apex would be like your kind of Dota, that bit more quick pace, bit different. And then the one that everyone watches understands is your Warzone. I just hope Pokemon has a better dev team than Call of Duty going out of season every year, but
Well, that's stopping. I can tell you, Call of Duty is stopping doing that. They're going into a 2-year cycle. But go back on topic.
But yeah, so that I see that from Pokemon. I see the fact that it's allowing people to like, I like Dota, but I always struggle because my friends have been playing it for so long, so they're so much better. So I just get dominated because I'm trying to learn how to just be good with like one character. Whereas Pokemon, it's kind of like, it's a lot more streamlined. So I can see it becoming like a main, like going up the tiers over the years, because it's streamlined for the casual person. And then you've got like a 20-year history of Pokemon. Like, everyone's grown up with Pokemon. It's so, like, when I have kids, they're probably going to grow up with Pokemon. So it's,
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think this game definitely has a lot of potential. It's just like I said, it's right now it's in the infancy. Even in terms of the gameplay, like there's not that many Pokemon yet. They're adding new things to it all the time. They're supposed to be coming out with a like a pick ban phase kind of draft situation for the game mode.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah, there's no real confirmation on that, but apparently that's been leaked.
Do they have plans on more like held items and stuff like that?
I would say so. If they're releasing new Pokemon, I don't see why they don't have like new items or battle items lined up.
They've got so much variety that they could really go with. Like, it's just insane what they could actually.
I don't think
really
they realize how big this game could possibly be.
Yeah, I know. Like, when you think about it, including evolutions, there's like 800 or plus Pokemon now. With evolutions, maybe 350 to 400 Pokemon they can introduce. Like, just the different styles of play they can come up with for this.
Yeah, there's a lot they can do with the game, and I'm sure they will. Like, their release schedules like a new Pokemon every 3-ish weeks. Like that's what it's been like over the past I would say 4 to 6 months. Every 3 weeks they release a new Pokemon. There's like a balance patch every 3 to 4 weeks. Ideally they're a little bit more responsive to some of the the bugs in the game, because I don't know if you heard, but yesterday there was a major bug.
Yeah, what was that? I did see it, but I didn't know what it was.
Basically, when you go into a game, there is a chance that you essentially disconnect from that game and get put in another game that's happening at the same time that only you are in. So
what?
you could you could be playing a game with a friend, like you could be queuing up together, and you could desync from the original game, get put in another game, which is a bot game. You could be playing this bot game, absolutely destroying the game, but at the end of the game, you lose the game because the original game you lost and you were AFK in that game.
Oh, wow. That is massive.
What the hell? I was gonna say, is this just like a cheat to get like free XP or something? Like free ranks? Like,
yeah, and you don't know you disconnected because like you're playing the game normally, right?
yeah, and all the normal Pokemon that people chose are in the game and stuff.
Yeah, and you can also see that sometimes in your game, there might be some player who's AFK, and they might be going through a bot game, like destroying that game, right?
Yeah.
But they fixed the bug last night, so it was only I think maybe 8 to 9 hours where that bug was active. So they're a little bit responsive there with major game breaking bugs, but I think there's definitely a lot of potential, as I said. Yeah.
Well, with your result in the end of the AOS Cup, how are you feeling going into the actual May Cup and then also going into regionals?
Yeah, it's a good question. We actually made a couple of roster changes from the AOS Cup. So I would say we have a new team. It's basically a new team. So we're aiming to use this month's cup to continue to build the synergy up with the rest of the team, and we're looking forward to regionals. Like I think regionals is the big tournament. The winner of that tournament goes to worlds. So I think
Yeah.
everybody's eyes are on the prize there for regionals. That's going to be the main one that we're really going to prepare for, I think.
Well, not just that, being its first year, it's also got a decent prize pool for a first year regional world qualifier. Like it's 50,000 USD split across the top 8, which I feel like the one that we
Nearly
got
just
us
as big as
into,
Rocket League.
yeah, the one that got us into all this is Rocket League, and that was probably its first year's world championship. I can't remember, but like just the level of commitment they're showing financially is really good. I mean, you would want to see more of the tournaments have money / points, but look, 2 tournaments with decent prize pools is a good start.
Yeah, I think the regionals qualifier itself, being 50K, split across those 8 teams, is a good incentive for people just in general.
Yeah.
And then I think if you win regionals, well, first of all you win the main prize, and then you go to Worlds where you're guaranteed more money anyway, because I
Yeah.
think Worlds pricing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to say, because they've done their seeding for Worlds a lot different to a lot of games, which I quite like, because they have like Asia Pacific, Japan, but then like Korea, they get 2, Korea gets 2, India gets 1, we get 1, but then North America is actually split into 2 zones. And then so South America, and so it's like Mexico and Central America can actually have a team where it's not just the US dominating, because I'm pretty sure it's like North America West and North America East get 1 each, and then it's South America West, South America East, Central, and Mexico gets their own. So Central, actually, the smaller countries get some. So it's really interesting how they've really tried to get as many countries as possible by doing that kind of split, whereas a lot of games it's just North America, EU.
Well,
and then
they've made it more like a world championship, not like just where most of their player base is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at player base, it's mostly North America, I would say Japan, Korea, and Europe. But they've allowed for a lot of teams to come from Central America and South America. Now they have India. India has a lot of players. They're a huge mobile player base there. So
Yeah, they're big in the MOBAs. I was gonna say, with OCE, it's like whoever qualifies, I can see the whole community getting behind them when they go to Worlds, because it's like if they pop off or even just get semi-deep run into Worlds, it's like moving forward they're gonna be like, well, we might actually have to give this region 2 teams because they did so well. And if Pokemon is a game that puts Oceania on the esports map as having teams that are actually like, well, because we've had good teams go over in that, but they just don't stack up against North America or Europe, just like that just behind sort of thing. But if we come out first season in this and we're like neck and neck with them, that would be so good for just esports here as a whole.
yeah, I think the winner of Oceania, whoever goes to Worlds, first of all, it's gonna be tough in general. I think, first of all, because a lot of we don't have as much competition here. First, we don't have a huge player base, so I think there's gonna be a lot of the whole of OCE is gonna get behind the team that goes. We're gonna help them as much as we can, support them as much as we can. especially during the Worlds competition. But in saying that, this particular game, has a Pokemon called Zapdos, and anything can happen with Zapdos.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you never know.
We actually saw that over the weekend. If we transfer over to the Bandits Cup, and
Oh, yeah.
you guys taking that out, just insane that you just keep winning. Now your second Community Cup win.
2 for
Yeah,
2.
it's definitely a fun community cup. Both of them, the GC Cup as well as the Bandits Cup. A lot of the games came down to Zapdos, though, as you saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we talk about that bronze medal match, it actually was, even though Louis' team actually won the Zapdos kill, Moopy actually ended up winning the game. So it is still possible to still win the game without getting Zapdos.
You've just got to eliminate as many as your opponents before they can score with Zapdos.
Yeah, I think before the patch with the buddy barrier and score shield nerf, Zapdos was important, but the game was very winnable after you get Zapdos or after you lose Zapdos, because you could siege their point, score shield some points in, and then try and kill them and get more points in, right?
Yeah.
But now with that whole buddy barrier nerf, score shield nerf, to win the game after being down, you have to team wipe them, because you can't score if they just press A and you have no score shield, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that game. I was pretty impressed. Moopy's team, they did really well to full push and team wipe them after losing that Zapdos on the secure. So yeah,
It really
congrats to
goes
them.
to show that it's still doable, even though now they've made it harder. You've just got to have the right communication, and you can still do it.
Yeah, it's harder to defend because you need everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're attacking, everyone is just spamming their moves, throwing out their Unite moves. They're just running at you and hoping you get off the point or hoping you die.
Yeah.
Whereas defense, you have to make sure you live, because if you die, the game's over. If you all get KO'd, they're just gonna score on your main pad.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened with Moopy's team. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was so good though. What was in the last 30 seconds or 40
Yeah,
seconds?
it was insane.
No one saw it coming either. Everyone's like, "Nah, they can't win, can they?" And then just out of nowhere,
They
didn't
literally
only-
I think they got 3 kills down, and were able to get rid of pretty much all of the bases.
But it was also the Snorlax was, which is Chaka. He was pushing them away, allowing his team to score, and then I think someone managed to not KO him, and he was able to score himself. It was just such a good method.
Yeah, fucked out. It was insane. Those who missed it, unlucky.
Watch the VOD, guys. Watch the
yeah.
VOD.
I would highly recommend going back. That's got to be the highlight of the day, to be honest. Even though the grand final did go to the best of 3.
Yeah.
You guys just really wanted to make us stay up extra late. It'd be good.
No, I wanted to put it away in 2 games.
could've
So
just
I
won.
tried, man. I tried.
Now, this is just going off a little bit off topic. We have floated the idea around for the next cup to be, we have captains again, but the captains pick 5 players as their team, and they then coach that team. Now, if that does end up being the form we go with this time, how do you feel of going 3 for 3?
That's an interesting question. I think it depends on a couple of things, like how much time we have with the team, for one, as well as the date for the tournament. Just because I know that, like we all know, a lot of the teams will be preparing for regionals. If it was before that, I think the teams in contention for regionals, I think there's I think everybody can win regionals, but I think there's I think we know there's some teams that really want to win regionals. But I don't know. I think it's doable. I think my team that I picked for this Bandit Cup with my 8 seed pick, by the way, I was the 8th pick somehow.
Yeah.
Hashtag rigged. I was able to pick out some players that I thought I could work with pretty well, and I was able to, I guess, coach them to victory, I suppose.
So, to answer the first question about time, it will be maybe a week to 2 weeks. As for date,
we'll
it's
get
going to-
actual graphics made up and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But for the date, it would be at least 2 weeks after the regionals, because our team obviously will be focusing on that as well. We may have like a draft system.
We could do draft night like 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, so if
So
2
like-
weeks fall, so we might do it on Friday of that weekend that you have that, or maybe not. Like, it depends on what the captains want to do. Like, if the captains are happy to do the draft, go back to scrimming, or if they want to do the draft as a break from scrimming, or we just do it the next week. Like, we will obviously know our captains before you guys are even playing in that tournament, but it will come down to what you guys feel is what is best. Like, you all will just decide on how you want to go about draft, like when. But
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of your previous question about going 3 for 3, I think I don't think it's gonna happen, just because I think everyone's gonna be out for me now.
You're on all
They're
the
gonna be-
radars.
They're gonna be going for me now. They're
Well,
not gonna let it happen.
unless you get a good pick in draft, like
Yeah, I'll try
seed.
to
Unless-
rig it a bit more for you, so you get first seed.
yeah, unless he gets a good seed, I could see everyone just going through the list, or however we do it, going, who's he gonna pick, who's gonna make his team better, and they're just probably gonna even just going for you, they're just gonna be going for the players they think you want.
Yeah, I think so.
Which they
Oh.
sort of tried to do this time, but
Yeah.
it didn't seem to work.
There were some players that I wanted that were taken, but
That happened to everyone though.
yeah, exactly. You make do with what you have.
It's a
and-
draft, like, gonna
Exactly.
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll be, whatever format we do, whether it's the same thing again, or we do the captains like we're coaching, the captains coaching like we're just saying now. We're aiming for at least 12 teams this time, because
But yeah,
It
the
was
more
such a
people sign
success.
up, we can actually make it
it's
possible.
such a success, and we'll obviously have more time for sign-ups. But I think it's something we can really grow this Bandits Cup community kind of thing. Like, it's really got the potential for more.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think it'll be another fun experience. I'll be looking forward to it, I guess.
Well, you have to. You got to go back to back, mate.
No.
Back to back to back.
There's too much pressure now. Like,
But if you pull that off, oh man.
I think maybe even potentially, for the next tournament, if we were to, just depending on the timing and stuff, if we were to introduce like bans, because I know the GZ tournament had like a single Pokemon ban. That could be something people are interested in. But
Yeah, we can definitely work something out. Like, we have time up our sleeves to work out
Yeah.
like new rules and stuff that we want to
Yeah.
do.
We were just trying to make this one just like GZ had the same idea as us, so we were just trying to make it somewhat different, and the way we did that was you guys having like a draft system and us having put the players in kind of a different role category. Because I think the other way they just probably picked people of rank and stuff, whereas we tried to make it so you had each role that you wanted in your team selected.
yeah, it was different, which was good. I liked it. I liked the idea.
And then I think another thing I want to do is maybe set up a league at some point for you guys, as in the top teams have a league to play in.
I think that helps with just improving people in OCE in general, because
Yeah,
not a lot of people play in like 5-stack team environment. So yeah,
There's just not enough tournaments, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, you have like once a month at this stage.
that's only the official ones, and
Yeah.
most of the non-official ones are not in OCE. So
Yeah, so
But
we
yeah.
we want to try and help grow the scene as much as possible.
Yeah, and by a league system, it will require all you guys giving us feedback and what to improve and everything. It's not going to be perfect to start off with.
Most of the time, it probably will be built off the players.
yeah, of course.
Because we want
That'll probably take place. I'm looking at really getting that going maybe after Worlds. These tournaments, these community tournaments, to get going, and then the league that I keep mentioning is more something we can have after Worlds because there's nothing planned yet. So
Yeah, I don't think there's anything announced after Worlds, and from knowing what the Pokemon Company does, I don't think there will be anything announced till probably February, honestly.
oh wow,
From their TCG and like VGC scenes,
Yep.
if they keep the same format,
Yep.
there likely won't be anything, but I'm not too sure.
Well, we'll see. But you're more than welcome to stay with us as we cross over to the next lot of topics, or you can just chill out and watch. It's up to you from here.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think my team is pinging me to come practice.
Oh, you go do that. Thank you
You
for
go
coming
do that.
on.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
That's right.
Really fun, and I hope to see more of the bandits, the community soon.
Yeah, you will. You will.
Most definitely.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. All right. So now, what are we moving on to, bot?
All right, so I don't even know.
PUBG.
PUBG next.
result.
All right. Let me switch over to this one. Get rid of. those.
So basically, I was speaking to one of our players today.
Did he get back to us about? Okay, no. You get keep going.
And he was saying that this new league, which has been created, is called Premier League. This has basically come about because LPL hasn't started, and there's no real start date for PUBG LPL. Now, the reasoning is potentially it's something to do with the event servers, which has been delaying LPL for like 5 to 6 months. So there has been a group that's created Premium PUBG, and that's what we are seeing in its second season now. And there's 2 weeks left, and then it's a 2-week break, and then they go to season 3.
But we cover results. Is it? I thought they were playing only 15 matches.
No, it's 20 matches.
Is it 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's 20. Yeah.
I thought that was only 15. I thought it was only going for 3 weeks.
No, 2 more weeks.
If that's the case, then it makes sense. So they very confusing because player put in our results as they were in third. 2 games have been taken off, so they played 12 matches in total. I don't know what happened, but we're now sitting in 4th, which is decent.
And we have 2 wins.
Yeah, and we have 2 wins.
I believe is the most in our group, isn't it?
Yes. Team Bliss hasn't actually. They've only won once. Everyone above us have got 0 wins or 1. So it's still it's a very close league. This is Division 1, so that's the pro league technically. But then you have Division 2 and Division 3.
And so another thing to add to this is
You're being interrupted.
my partner's like, why is the door closed? And then she realized. So basically, he was saying that the new player that's on Bandits, it's like they all on this, not so much, I would say, right page is the right word. It's their play style is all similar. The way they want to play, they all share the same kind of vision, and it's enabled them to, by the looks of it, compete better against, like, Bliss and Trident and a few of those other teams that were normally sitting a little bit above us. So
Well, I mean, they when we first took over Bandits, this is still pretty much the same roster as when we've taken over, which is crazy. They're the longest team that has stuck around.
mhm.
Yeah, they were sitting in roughly top 4 when we first took over, then dropped down a little bit, sitting like top 10, top 10-ish to top 8, and then now they're starting to find their groove again, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just doing really good, and we're very proud of every team.
Yeah.
The only thing is that we don't get it posted on Twitter as much. 'Cause we just
Well, we'll be changing that because I was speaking to him. It's Monday 6:30, so
Yes.
we'll make sure to have that up.
I think it does. Yeah, the last couple of weeks has been crazy for us, and I haven't been able to do it. I was meant to do it on that last Monday before, and then totally forgot because I didn't have the scorecard. But I've got the scorecard now, so I can now do it. Yeah, that's pretty much all about PUBG. I don't think they have any other leagues or any competitions coming up.
Right.
I know of.
I think I'll let you take the reins on this one as I was not there.
What's this one?
But
Oh, Call of Duty? Alright, wait. So, this is just what... I don't have any links to show, so I can't really do much. But the Call of Duty team played over the weekend. From speaking with Tedson and Castles. They finished top 6, but they took Mind Freak to a game 5. Very close, they just couldn't win it, unfortunate. But it was very close, and they are improving. So it's good to see the team. I think they were like MF, like Mind Freak and them were the only team to stick together after LAN. A lot of other teams disbanded or at least picked up 2 players and stuff like that. So to see them stick together and actually grind it out, find their mistakes and find out what's actually wrong with the team is very good. We're very proud of them for what they have achieved. Coming from Melbourne and coming back and showing them that they're not just up there for a reason.
yeah, it sounds like from what I saw, it was a good time down there as well.
It was great fun. Only thing is that I couldn't capture more. There was so much more happening behind the scenes, and me being an owner and running around and dealing with sponsors and being approached by sponsors, should I say, not being but just everything down there. It was crazy. Like networking I'd done while I was there, I didn't think I'd have to do that much, and I would be able to capture more. But Melbourne was great fun. So keen for the next LAN, which I think it's rumored to be in Sydney or Brisbane.
Wow, I would be quite interested in going to a LAN because I haven't been to one. So I love the atmosphere that you get to see through watching it online. Like you pick it up, you know it's there, you hear the chant, you know. I actually want to be a part of that, so it'd be good to go.
All you hear is you effing burgers. They stand up and point at each other and call each other burgers. It's great fun. I have absolutely loved their saying ever since I've been to LAN. But yeah, hopefully if it's in Sydney, beneficial for you. I don't think I'll be able to make it, unfortunately.
If it's in Sydney, it'd be good for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just down the road.
But for myself, I would not be able to make it to another LAN this year. But if it's in Brisbane, I'd be happy to go to it and be there again. So all comes down to the location of it, but it is still in talks, still in organizing. So can't wait to get the information.
Nice. Well, we'll keep everyone updated that follows us and let them know when, where.
You'll
and
see
when
it probably retweeted or
Yeah.
tweeted out that we're going again.
Now, over the weekend, well, literally while we were having our Pokemon Cup, Rocket League split to major, not major, Rocket League split to regional was happening, and it was actually
It
a
was
few upsets.
It was a spicy one.
Yeah.
So what it is double elimination. Obviously, we didn't cover the first cup, the first regional, just because I think I was away in Melbourne when it happened. So
Yeah.
But this one has happened over the weekend, so we might as well cover it. Renegades making it obviously all the way to semi-finals in the alpha bracket.
That was pretty much not a given, but it's like
Yes.
you see that happening.
It's pretty much like, yeah, they should be most of the teams in that run.
Yeah.
Until they come up against the Pioneers. Karkar Minions upsetting Direwolves. I think this is a big one. This was
Yeah, I did not expect that one.
Karkar Minions obviously coming out and showing that they're not just a top 8 side, should I say?
Yeah, but I also did not see the physicists beating Power,
Yes, that
which
is.
happened the same
Also,
round.
it was a clean 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, Direwolves took a map, like took game number 1, and it was close with all the results. This is kind of a blowout, if you ask me. Well, game number 2 is definitely a blowout.
With the
Something
power
that
of
you-
physicists.
Something
Yeah.
you just don't see happening.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they always seem to have like these days where they just start off slow.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know what you'd call it.
Um,
But they made the run. They made up for it by just a solid run through the lowers.
we'll get to there in a moment. With Team Bliss and obviously we're not covering round 1. You've probably picked up on that. Pioneers and Bliss battled it out. Kind of domination by Pioneers, if you ask me.
Yeah,
But
very strong performance.
the upsets don't just stop in the upper; it actually continued in the lowers.
Yeah,
Team
Bliss
Bliss.
losing to Lunatics.
The Lunatics, if you don't know, was ex-Eclipse. It is the old Eclipse roster. As they dropped them over after last regional. Going to a game 5, actually reverse sweeping them. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, then Team Bliss out early. I don't know what did they come? Top 8? 9-12.
Yeah.
So this is top 8 here. Yeah.
And then Direwolves losing to our old team, which is another good win by them.
Yeah. Well, them losing in their round 1 against
It looks like the
Physicists.
physicists were just having a very good day,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Something that you wouldn't expect out of Physicists, to be honest.
yeah.
They've always been there, always sitting around that 8th mark. They've actually... Did they make a roster change or something? Or
Who?
they... Physicists. I think they did.
Possibly.
They got...
But no,
Gus?
Ames was popping off. I remember seeing a tweet saying our boy Ames is popping off. So someone who follows Ames closely.
Yeah. Right.
But I guess the next upset would be Physicists beating us again in the lower.
Yeah. They actually...
Oh, not us, beating our old team, I should say.
They did make a run, so they did make top 6 top
top
8?
four. Who?
I
Oh,
don't know.
they made top 6.
Yeah, top 6. I was right.
3-1-2 or 3-1-2s is top 6.
Yeah, DD, you're a bit late to that one, mate. Already said that one. That your old team did beat Team Blitz. Yeah, so obviously they actually took out Direwolves, which is a big one because they lost Hawk to Direwolves.
Yep.
To show that the thing is just not there because of Hawk. They've proven themselves now with a top 6 finish. So hopefully they can do it again and actually like show that they are meant to be there. I would love to see Physicists make top 4 again.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It really has spiced up the region quite a bit. So, and then it's normal. We go back to normal. Power just wanting to take it to Renegades. After making this gorgeous run through lower bracket.
It was pretty close for most of them besides the last one. They win 1-0, they win 3-2 in OT, they lose 1-0 in OT, they win in 1-0, and then they win 5-2. So the last one they blew it out, but up until then it was close. But then let's talk about Pioneers. They're just leveling up.
We thought they already hit their peak, but apparently not.
No, they just keep growing.
Which I think they only have to make top 4.
Well,
and they
head over to the split results rankings. If you look at the rankings for that, they're already
not quite. They're very close to making worlds.
Well, this weekend's going to come down to in which order
do they finish realistically.
Yeah, if they fall behind Renegades go, and Power need to go out like top 6, I think, maybe 4th. And they don't make it, so the Power's almost secured it. They just can't come lower than 4th or is it 5th and 6th? I'm not quite sure.
It's very interesting. Like Direwolf's all the way down here too.
But
Direwolf's
the other crazy thing is, Renegades, Power, Pioneers to qualify for Worlds. It's basically like who makes this major. Like Renegades do have a bit of a gap on Pioneers,
but it can be closed down.
Yeah, so it's like super close.
It's whoever makes it to regional will pretty much get their spot into Worlds.
I'm just about to look at the major for spring. Last place. So maybe not. Renegades may be safe if
it all comes down to major.
Yeah, they like if Pioneers pop off and get like top 8, they may make it, or they might actually even have to go to top 6 to do it. But like that's insane to think that Renegades have built themselves a nice buffer for when they haven't been performing as well as they would like.
Can we just point out one other thing, right? Round 0. They didn't make main event at all.
Oh really?
Yeah, they didn't make the main event for regional 2.
Ah. Yeah, they've had to take quite a step back with
So it's very interesting. It's really also very awkward that that you were classed yourself as like number 1, number 2 in the region in Rocket League, and no longer even in the main event.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it all comes down to what are they prioritizing, and it may just be their Pokemon Unite team.
I sort of feel like they went with a team of known players when they should have gone for a pickup.
Hmm.
That would be my best bet.
At least just be up. Like your Kaka minions, or our old team could have even been a shout.
Yeah.
But they move. We'll see what they do by the end of the year and see if that team sticks around, shall we?
Yeah.
Moving on, I believe it is Halo next,
Yep.
which our team, we're proud to announce that our Halo team is going to New Zealand for a $25,000 prize pool in Halo on June the 10th to 12th at Auckland Showgrounds. Big LAN event. Maybe some big teams go. Who knows? It being in OC could be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this to see what actually happens.
I wish I could go, to be honest.
Oh, we all do, but it's a bit
It'd be-
expensive to head over there.
Yeah, it's not cheap. We're very grateful for our team. We're doing our best to get them all over there. So it should happen. Should be able to make it happen. Which is very exciting. We're very keen to watch them in the big moment. Finally get some LAN experience up their sleeve.
Yep.
Before.
I'm Jay Kun. Bandits Cup 2 is looking to be end of June, maybe start of July.
Wait, what?
And one of the people asked. And the format is potentially... We're still working out a format and what we're going to do, but the idea I love, and I'm going to be pushing for, is captains pick a team of 5 and they coach their team. So
Didn't we
if
already talk
you-
about this?
Yes, but this person obviously didn't see it.
Wait,
So-
where are you reading this?
In our chat.
Oh, that happened at like the start of the stream.
That's why is my thing not like updating?
Probably have it on pause. That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
No, it's my chat's not paused, but for some reason it's not
Oh.
bringing it up.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just refresh my page.
Because last thing that was said in chat was team lists got taken out by Eclipse.
Yeah,
Thanks,
okay, now
Eclipse.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
No, literally everything I had there just kind of disappeared.
Oh, that's great.
Well, continue with the event. Sorry. What's the format for this, by the way?
Not too sure. Let's have a look. It doesn't actually say. To be
Oh,
decided.
to be confirmed. But the prize pool goes down quite a way
Yeah.
for what it is.
9K
And
just for first place.
And there's a free for all on Sunday, and the winner takes $2,000.
Yeah. I don't know if our team is doing the free for all, from what I
Oh,
heard
okay.
from Renal, but interesting. Didn't like they are literally just giving away $2,000 if you're just able to beat everyone in a 1v1,
Yeah.
or should I say free for all? It's no way. Oh wait, I think there's still a minute delay. I haven't taken up the stream delay. Well, oh well. But yeah, I think that's about it. What we have.
Yep. Alright, well, I think... Is that going to end us there?
I think so.
Oh,
Not unless there's anything else.
I thought of something earlier, but now I can't remember.
It's just
so-
gone.
Yep, it's just left. Blew
Yeah.
up in the wind.
Alright. Alright. Well, I'll make sure next time we don't have the 1 minute delay for stream as well. Got to take that off from the AS Cup. Oh, from AS Cup? From our tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everyone who did stick around. We appreciate everyone. This will be uploaded to YouTube.
I
now.
remember. During over the coming days, or even maybe over a week or so, we're going to try and get all the matches from our tournament on YouTube. I'm thinking round by round, then semi-final by semi-final.
We can make that happen. Anyway.
Yeah. And we got to get a TikTok of just some funny stuff that happened. I think.
Think so. Yeah. Oh, that accidentally clicked that. Yeah, there is some things to talk about, and yeah, it's things to talk about, things to upload, and
goodbye
stuff like that. Thank you everyone for popping in. Appreciate it. Use code Bandits out the checkout for Juiced for that 10% off. If you go to our shop for True Apparel, you can use code Bandits ESC.
I believe so.
For 5% off. So
get yourself one of these lovely jerseys.
Yeah, you can buy one of these. These customizable, so they have stuff on the back
name.
that you can put there. Kind of dope. So not many people realize that, but and also might be releasing some more stuff soon as well. So keep your eyes out for that. We're all back in the full swing of things, so this will be again next Tuesday at
7:30 to 8.
7:30 to 8, yeah, roughly. Alright, thank you everyone for popping in. Catch you next time.